Thanks for tuning in to the hottest talk radio show around, providing an open discussion for some of the most important social issues and trending topics today. From personal growth or spirituality to sex and relationships, no subject is ever taboo. So prepare to be empowered, enlightened, and entertained during another episode of the award-winning Let's Face It with Will Strayhorn and Friends. Real people, real topics, real talk.
Thanks for tuning in. It's Wednesday, March 18th, 2018. We're coming to you live and direct from WODU on the campus of Old Dominion University. I'm in the studio with my girl Paula B again. How you doing, boo?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, Jada Carson.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey.
Jada got some big news for us later on.
I know. I'm so excited for her to do the tell-all about it.
Yes. How are you ladies doing? How are your week? How's your week going?
Better. I'm getting better because you know that I've been suffering
Both
since
of us.
since last Wednesday. I've had this terrible cold.
Yeah.
Been on antibiotics, prednisone, and this very strong cough medicine. I'm still hacking up a lung.
Yeah. You're on a antibiotic though, right?
Yes.
Because she just put me on the antibiotic this week for 10 days, but it's still horrible.
Yeah, it's still
And they're
horrible.
saying that the pollen count is going to get worse. So she told me I'm going to still probably have the congestion, but it will clear up the infection that I have, the antibiotic.
Yes, and I had just been coughing because I was like, I'm going to need a chest x-ray because the cough just lingers on and on like I smoke like a whole pack of cigarettes. I don't even smoke, but this cough is just crazy. Yeah. But I think it makes my voice sound sexy. What do you
All right.
A little Barry Whitish.
A little Barry Whitish.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
yeah.
That's what I thought.
Jada, do you suffer from sinuses, allergies?
Sometimes. It's been acting up a little bit, but it hasn't been too major.
Okay.
I usually get on like saline spray when I'm back home.
They put me on a saline, no, it was a rinse. You fill it with water and the things, and you squirt it up, and then it comes out. Because I was in a neti pot, but she told me not to do the neti pot anymore. She put me on a nasal rinse. And it's just gross.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but after you do it, you feel so... the congestion is gone.
I know, but it's just the whole process is putting something in and then it's just running. I would choke. I wouldn't be able to
You have to open your mouth. Justin did it, and he choked because he kept his mouth closed.
No,
I'm like, so you just,
that's so gross. It's dinner time, and this is what we're talking about.
Yeah. So, you went and checked out the movie.
I did.
Acrimony.
Yes, I did. And I told
And then you text me with some BS, and I was like, well, I don't understand how you got your idea of what the movie was about.
Yes, I was texting you during the movie because the things that people were telling me, I was not seeing. I wasn't picking it up. I
don't understand how you... Okay, so what did you think?
Okay, so I understand why she was angry about giving him... She gave him everything.
Right.
Because for me, he did pimp her for her money. Because, okay, so...
Define pimp. What is pimp?
Okay, so what I'm saying is that he gave her this whole sad story about when they were sitting on a bench and how he couldn't afford, he got kicked out of school because he couldn't afford to go to school. So, of course, he's giving her that sad story, and he knows that she loves him and would do anything for him. So what she do? Strike a check to pay for that. Then he tells her, oh, I would do really well, much better with my battery if I had transportation.
And then is that when he had the gun to her head?
Okay, so you mentioned that gun to me because you didn't let me finish my story, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go right to the gun thing. It's not a physical gun, but the gun he used was the L word gun, which is LOVE. That is the gun he used to manipulate her to do what he wanted.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, so he gives it a story about, oh, I could get this place faster, that place faster, only if I had a car. So what does she do? She buys him a car. So she buys Holmes a car. I buy you a car. You're not even calling me now. I haven't heard from you for 2 weeks.
Couple of days. It was a couple of days. She said a couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give you a couple of days. So I'm waiting. Then I call you to say, hey, how you doing? What's up? And you all nonchalant. Oh, hey, how are you? In the meantime, you on that in that trailer. She just having to drive by and she see the girl's hand on the mirror.
Yeah, on the window. Yeah.
And the trailer's going back and forth. You know, if the house is a rocking, don't come a knocking. You know the saying, right? So the trailer was a rocking. She ran right into that. I bought you a car. You haven't called me, nor have you picked me up in the car to take me anywhere. And then you're going to end up
is she not responsible for her own feelings? I mean, what? I don't understand how he's at fault.
He used her. And another part is that, and then he not working. She was getting up, going to work every day. And worked 2 jobs. And then he's like, "Oh, I'll try to get a job. I'll see what I can do." And then no time did
she had not said, if you don't get a job, how are you going to be able to afford all the stuff that you know?
So here's my thing. This is what everybody was saying. Oh, my dreams. You're not supporting me. What about my dreams? Are you kidding me right now? This chick was supporting you before she was even your wife. She was supporting you. So when is it going to come a time you support yourself? Because he didn't.
Now, that's interesting
to me. If you saw this movie and you have something to add to it, please call 757-683-4405. Fellas, I need your help. I need your help.
I'm not saying that everything she did was right. The point that I didn't like is it's always the same sad song as far as the man is concerned. You didn't support me. You didn't support my dreams. But all the things that what was everything that I was doing this whole time?
And then
I was supporting you.
And then what? She gave up on him because of what? Not because of her own intuition, but it was because of her family, listening to people around her.
I think that was just a small piece of it.
I don't think there was a small piece of it at all. She didn't make up her mind until they started whispering into her ear.
Yeah, about the wallet. But the thing of it is that the girl he was banging in the trailer, that was the same girl's wallet.
Okay, but
I didn't even.
Nothing ever happened.
Yeah, but I don't even know. I must have missed something or dozed off like for a half a second because I never even seen her get in the trailer. I mean, in the truck, the leader wallet. But the thing of it is that I think the girl was the opportunist anyway.
Which one?
The girl he ended up marrying, because if it wasn't for that girl, because she did all this investigating. If it wasn't for her, he would have never got into Prescott anyway.
Exactly.
So the thing of it is that she knew what she was doing. She took advantage for me.
I don't think she did. When you see that when you see that you have a good thing, you're not going to support it. You're not going to pour into it.
So how did
she researched the tapes. She saw that the man was passionate about it. She believed in what he was doing, and she did what she could, which is the same thing Taraji should have continued to do. Because I'd agree, in the beginning she was pouring into his vision, but she got sidetracked by those people whispering in her ears. Other people being in her business, being in her relationship. That's what happened. We allow these other people to come and tell us that the grass is greener or that our spouse is not doing what they should be doing, and then we take their side. It's almost like that snake in the garden with Adam and Eve. Remember that?
Right, about the apple.
Yeah. And that's where she messed up at.
But for me, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm going to agree with you. But her sister never liked Holmes from the beginning. But she still dated him anyway. Regardless of what her sister said, she still was with him. She still... I mean, he lost...
Because from school, he had that dream.
Exactly. And then you make me lose my mother's house. So everybody...
Wait.
Hold it. But everybody was making me seem, before I saw the movie, you know, they were telling me about it. They were like, oh my God, he gave her $10 million, and he got her mother's house back. He didn't
make her do... You can't make a grown woman do anything.
Look,
but the thing...
Now, maybe she was so much in love with him that she was willing to do that.
Supporting him, yes.
All right, but he didn't make her do anything. She had a choice. She could have said, no, I'm not putting my mom's house. I would have said, no, I'm not putting my mom's house up for Nate or Justin. I'm not putting my mom's house up.
But she did that because of his dream and because of...
That was her choice.
The manipulation.
So he didn't make her do it.
Right, so here's my thing. So then you become successful. You give me $10 million and you bring me these flowers and, I got your mother's keys. I can't say what I said to my friends about it, but I said, the blank made me lose the house in the beginning. You wasn't doing me a favor. I lost my mother's house because of you.
The judge already said he didn't have to do that. $10 million, the house wasn't... Did you see the house? The house wasn't even worth $10 million.
Right, but the thing of it is that look what he did to the family business, though. He owed him that because you decided...
He wasn't doing nothing but driving stuff around.
Yeah, but he made him lose their biggest account. Everything was about him.
Everything.
Everything was about this guy.
But look, I can't even be on her side though. It's just
Whose side?
No, I can't be on anybody's side.
Oh.
It's just interesting to me how like y'all just came in here and just made her seem like she was just the antagonist and she was just mopey.
Was just terrible.
And then you come in and you was like, oh my God, she was supporting her from the beginning. It's just really interesting how this is just playing out.
The two sides of it.
It's
And I
just
think that's what
interesting.
made the movie so good, is that people walked away at odds about how they saw the movie. And who they felt
people
like
saw the
was.
movie in two totally different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but right. I mean, I think that I'm the only
Well, what was your takeaway?
My takeaway was that, I mean, she was hurt. She was devastated because that lady was living her life. But I think because that lady was an opportunist, that she knew what she was doing. But he kept telling her the whole time, and this is another thing that I did not like, was that, what was her name? Mel.
In the movie?
Yeah, her name was Mel. Mel, I love you. I love you, Mel.
And you don't think he loved her?
Okay, so if you loved her, as many opportunities that she gave him to get it right, even though he divorced her, they got a divorce. She divorced him.
Uh-huh.
And if you loved her, why didn't you go try to win her back? Why did you go to the other lady?
He tried.
No, he didn't.
Went in the room when she had all his stuff in the middle of the floor, and she told him to get
after
out.
he became rich.
No, ma'am. He did that, and she told him, she was adamant that she wanted it to be over with. Now that I have money, you want me to come back and do it again? And even when he came to the place with the money, she still had the attitude, and was saying that he had what?
Because
you got what? He said, I just need 10 seconds. She said, you got 2. So she still had the attitude.
Well, her eyes was closed because she was so hurt because she.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. She got exactly
so
what
you don't think
she got more than what she deserved, actually.
Well, you talking about the $10 million?
Yeah, she would have been broke if it was me. I would have gave her. I would have gave her the house back. Everything she invested in me, I would have gave her back. But she wouldn't have got $10 million from me with that attitude at all.
So you don't think that she deserved, after everything that she lost? She lost over $1 million herself. She invested invested
she
over $1 million.
She didn't have $1 million to start with. She was only given, I think, was it $300,000 from the
but
policy.
she said altogether it was $1 million. $1,248,36. What?
She only got $300,000 from the insurance policy, and then she had the house.
So let me ask you this question: when he saw all the money dwindling down, because she had to pretty much force him to get a job, he still had no compassion for her to say, "Hey, my wife is working 2 jobs. I'm sending all her money. She used up all her revenue on me. I need to get my butt up and get a job." He still didn't want to do that. So,
you know
where was her support? Who was going to support her? Who helped her? That's what I'm saying.
I want to know why was she so handicapped to the fact where you feel like somebody put a gun. She had a choice. She made a conscious decision that either she was stupid and she wanted to invest in him, or she was so much in love with him that she wanted to invest in him. I mean,
that's a support.
So do you think those were the 2 choices that she had?
Those are the 2 choices.
She was either too in love or too stupid.
She had a choice to say yes, or she had a choice to say no.
Okay.
And because she said yes, I don't think you should be penalized for it.
But
to me, it sounds like you're penalizing him for her saying yes.
But what I'm saying is that who was supporting her this whole time? Where was her support coming from? Where was she? I
mean, the whole time. This is a man.
Life was just
my
wrapped up in
takeaway,
him.
it was a man, and I relate to the fact that he had a dream so much that that's all he was focused on. Same thing I am. I mean, I've looked for jobs, but I've gotten hired for jobs. And when they call me, I tell them I don't even want it.
Yes,
because I'm focused on a dream. So I understand his focus being on that dream, and then him telling her everything that he was going to give her. And in the end, he did give it, but it was to the different woman because she gave up on him. Because she gave up on him because she told him that she wanted the relationship was over because of what the people were telling her.
Yeah, but my thing of it is that they keep saying that she gave up on him.
She did.
I mean,
whatever pushed you to that point, she gave up on it. She gave up on it.
See, that's why I have my problem. I have my problem because they were saying that she
at that
gave
point,
up
is
on
it giving up or is it looking out for yourself?
Right. I mean,
like for her good well-being, how much more can she
give?
give?
If you had held on just a little bit longer.
But what if it never came to fruition?
It would have been her.
But what if it never came to fruition? She kept just doing it.
I mean, that's a marriage. It's a marriage. They were married.
I understand. Well, I understand that, but the thing of it is that when he told her, "Oh, I'll try to, I'll try to do better. I'll try to get a job. I'll see what I can do, Mel." You know what I'm saying?
Perhaps he should have gotten a job, but maybe by then he wouldn't have the time to focus on getting that invention to the point where he needed it to be, so that Prescott could want it. He was focused on his dream.
Right. My girlfriend's trying to call in at 683-4405.
Yes.
She said it was ringing. I'm gonna tell her to try to call again.
Oh God, I need some guys to call in. 683-4405-757.
683-4405, right?
Yeah.
757.
Welcome to the show, Michael.
How
How are you? Good. Did you see the movie Acrimony?
No,
So what do you say? What do you say about this?
I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I saw it
Slide
coming.
over.
I do think she was entitled to some money though, and that's why he came for the 10,000
Exactly.
tour.
10 million, right?
10 million,
Mhm.
yeah. But as far as like entitled to anything other than that,
Yeah.
nah, because
It was
But
a
she
man that
said-
had a dream, and he said, "When this dream happens, this is what I'm going to do for you." I mean, so it's anybody who's passionate about their dream, and all they want is somebody to believe in. That's really what a spouse is supposed to be. They're supposed to be there for you, to support you, to believe in you. You don't think so?
I'm saying-
Yeah, but
683-4405.
from what I hear, it sounds like she did support him and believed in him. But I felt like if she kept on doing it, I think that she would have been messed up. That's what it sounded like to me.
Up, though.
What do you mean?
Like
She was
already
bipolar.
messed up.
She was
already
she was messed up
See,
before
she was
she
already
came.
messed up.
Because she said, what she said?
She
You
said,
know,
you
you
know-
know,
She
I
still-
can be the devil.
Yeah, you know I could be the devil. I'm like,
So
you
she
better
already
do
had
that.
issues.
So she already had issues.
Yeah.
She helping this man. I feel like she couldn't do anything else. If she was
gotta
that
return on her
desperate,
investment.
I know like the other
It's
people.
more
told
than a
her.
return on her investment. Man, she only had $300,000. Remember that?
I'm telling you,
People
if
say
you
that
watch the
amount.
movie, and she said she spent over $1 million on him.
She was lying.
She could. She
So
still
she
got
was
9
lying.
mil.
So that was just a little
Profit.
part.
She didn't have a meal to start with. She only had 300 something. The insurance policy was $300,000.
Yeah.
It showed it up there. Remember, it was dwindling down because she said yes to those different things. She could have said no.
Okay, so if she would have said, see, this is what I'm saying. This is where the controversy come in because you're like, oh, she could have said no. But then you're going to get the same dog and pony show that, oh, you're not supporting your man.
You can
She
support.
wants to, so if I said, no, I'm not going to give you any of my money, I'm not going to do that, but I'm still going to support you, then they're going to like, how you
Support is
you.
not only financial.
Well, that's the way
It could be,
that-
baby,
mean,
I
don't-
believe in your dreams, but I'm the only one working here, so I need this money to make sure that we can survive while you're trying to get your dream off the ground. She was, evidently, she did have something going on up here in her mind, and then, she just wasn't responsible enough.
I'm gonna tell you one thing too, though, that I got from it. Why the second woman deserved everything she got is because she not only supported him, she helped him.
She helped him.
to get
She was
to where
acting.
he
Okay,
was supposed to get.
And the only
Now,
reason
that's
why
a-
she was able to help him was because she worked at the damn place.
But
If
she was
she didn't
invested
work,
though.
but if she did not work there, she would be in the same boat as Taraji. Same boat.
But look,
she
though.
now this is okay. Answer me this question. All these years he was trying to get in there from college.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying no. Told him you better not call here again. We got security. We done
Right.
sent you a letter.
Mhm.
They done locked him down. They didn't even want to hear from him. They almost had to call the FBI because they thought he was crazy and
Right.
all this other kind of stuff. She's only pulled his file because he asked her to, and he saw that she worked there. And then she was like, no, I really can't do it. But yeah, she was a little curious. But the thing of it is that they said no all these years. Now all of a sudden she's like, oh, you really need to listen to me?
All
Yep.
those years, and then all of a sudden, God places somebody in his life that can help him.
And Taraji
You
never
did
called
not
him.
go there now.
That can
Taraji
help.
never
Why'd
called
you go-
Prescott.
Why'd you go there with me? What you say?
Taraji never called Prescott.
Oh, you can't just sit
She
there
could
and
have.
say, "Oh,
when
she
you got
never
when you got
called
a woman
Prescott."
that's down for you and real for you and supporting you to that point, you remember how she was in Hustle and Flow with Terrence Howard? She got him that chain. She got him the light. It's a level of support that's more than money. It's like I'm in there
But
with
why
you.
are we always deemed? Why are we always the ones that you don't support me, you don't support me, you don't support me, and we do support, but after a while, how much more support do you need? And then when are we going to get our support after you drain us dry from supporting you? When is that going to happen?
I can't keep repeating the same thing to you.
I
Show's
know.
just not long enough.
Because no one is answering my questions.
I've answered your questions several times.
I don't like the answer.
Well,
She only had $300,000.
she don't have that. And you know, at any point you can say no. I mean, I've been in relationships and they've asked for things, and I know how much I got in the account, and I know how much I need. I don't have it.
Yeah.
You know, I hope you do well.
But then
And I'll be there for you, but I'm not buying that.
But then if you say no,
Okay, so,
then you're the worst person in the world. Oh, you're not
Well,
supporting
they'll get
me.
over
Now,
it.
But everybody has
That's
the
where
right
you
to
trying
say
to
no.
come from. You trying to come from. So if she would have said no to the money, but I'll stick through it with you,
Yeah.
it would have been
We're
better.
married,
So
baby. I
now
believe
that's
it's
your
legit.
your
Yeah.
clear argument. Okay, I didn't get your argument from the beginning because it sounded like okay, but I get it now.
Yeah.
See, that's what the judge said too. He was like,
But why was
he
he?
didn't have to
He
give you
didn't
10,000.
exactly.
No, but the thing of it is, she didn't have to give her money, but he was pulling at her heartstrings because he was playing with her emotions.
You don't think so? You don't think you loved her? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
That's
he
what you're
didn't-
saying.
I'm saying.
So
that
you're saying that he told her that he loved her,
Wow.
Yeah.
and that's why she was doing it for him. He did love her.
But he knew she
Are
had
you denying
money
that
too.
that he loved her? That you feel like he didn't love her? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not gonna say that he did not love Mel. I'm not gonna say he didn't.
So
But he knew.
that was
he
her
knew how to
choice
manipulate
in
her to
being
get
in
what
love.
he wanted. And you know that people know how to manipulate you to when they know that you're in love with them.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know about that. No.
What?
Look,
Are you trying to tell me that you've never dated a girl that you knew that you weren't that crazy about, but you were crazy about her? No, she was really crazy about you, but you wasn't that crazy about her, and that you used the L word on her just to get what you wanted. Are you gonna say you never did that?
I think it was the other way
That's
around.
Yes.
That's a totally different situation.
It was the
No,
other
but
way
that's a
around
yes or
though.
no question, though.
And I knew she was manipulating me, but I liked it kind of. And so I went along with it. I think women do it a lot more than men. That's the flip script of the card.
Are you kidding me?
It's like, I need some
Y'all
shit.
are acting
I'm
like it.
hungry.
Wow.
I'm
So I got another
And-
encounter.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's not an encounter with me. It was with my roommate. But okay, she was on FaceTime with this dude, and he was just talking about how all these girls he just get like one up on him. Like he went on a date with one girl, and then he showed a picture of his cousin's baby. It was like, well, she needs some clothes, da 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 da. And she gave him $130 just like that. Men manipulate women all the time. I mean, I guess we do it too, but
he
like
beat
not.
her?
No. I'm just saying in general.
How did he get it?
No, he just asked,
And she gave it.
and she gave him
And it was his fault?
I need to
$130.
take
And
this
it was his
class.
fault.
$130.
So what y'all is saying is y'all is spokeswomen for saying that women are weak. Their minds
No,
are
okay,
weak.
let me tell you. Remember that story I
That's what you're
told?
saying. It sounds
Remember
like you're saying that women are weak.
See,
No,
And all you have to
we're
do is
not
say a
saying-
couple
we're
things
not
to 'em
saying-
But you
and y'all
can't.
are
But
fools.
one
No,
thing.
we're
But one thing
nurturers
about
and-
it is not every person is the same. I mean, if
Right.
she was
Remember I
growing
told you
up
about
with
the
the
Both
car
of your
company?
arguments sound like you're saying women are weak.
No, we're not saying that we're weak, because the thing of it is that we're loving and caring and compassionate
And just y'all.
nurturing.
They're
So
powerless.
just like remember I told you about the guy that I was dating. I was young. He was 10 years older than me, and he was like, "Oh," and I had got this loss. I really shouldn't be sharing the story, but I'm so transparent. I really don't care.
Go ahead.
So anyway, he was like, I need a car so I can get around, da da da, and I'm, giving me this whole sad story. So I was like, because we always want to help our men and be supportive and all of that, just like
I need some
Taraji.
violins.
So-
Go ahead.
Yeah, y'all do some violence. So I was like, okay, so I helped him, gave him some money so he could get the car, you know what I mean? And then of course it was a piece of crap that he bought anyway. I couldn't even get you to pick me up to take me to McDonald's.
Wow.
So it was like, if I do that, then you have to do this.
Huh?
When you did, if I buy you this car, then this is what you need to do for me. Is that what it was like?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well,
But
I
what
don't
I'm
understand
saying
your
is
complaint.
that my complaint is what I was saying at the very beginning. You give us the sad puppy dog eyes, and I need this, and this will help me do this.
And then
X,
you
Y, Z.
volunteer, okay, I'll buy
then-
you a car. And then you're mad when he doesn't do with the car what you want him to do with it? So you're saying you're controlling.
No, I'm not.
He's a
Don't.
lawyer. He's a lawyer right here.
You're losing the battle.
Controlling.
God.
How's that controlling?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Really?
When you
Okay,
give
I'm
somebody
glad
something,
that you
it should
used-
have no strings attached to it.
Okay, so I'm glad that you said it, controlling,
No
because
strings.
really you were controlling by manipulating my emotions, controlling my emotions by the love word and giving me that sad
So
story to
again,
try to
women are
help
weak.
you. But why do men always have to give the story that they need so much help all the time? I never
Well,
seen.
you just
Right,
say,
you
this
just
is what you say. From now on, if you ever hear it again and you got a girlfriend, you say, I'm so sorry to hear that you're having that issue, and I'm going to pray for you. that you can find you a car. You
Now,
don't
that's my response.
go into your account and then get a car, then you're upset because he don't pick you up for work.
But then you're the bad person because you don't support
You never
me.
been the
you
bad
don't help
person?
me. No. I'm too much of a giver.
Oh, you if not but for me, you've been the bad person before.
Have
So,
I?
yeah.
Well, no, I haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess so.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is that a lot of women,
You're not making a good
I've
case.
learned from those mistakes. And when I go to talk to young girls, I tell them those stories, not to get caught up in those situations like that. Because, at the end of the day, you don't end up with the guy anyway. And he is using you for his own personal gain. And that's a shame. You should be able to go out and buy what you want. But if you happen to run into a woman or a young girl that loves you, compassionate, and really wants to support you, you wouldn't be, and I'm supporting you and giving you the things that you need that you said is going to help you be successful. So you shouldn't be in a trailer banging Betty.
He made a mistake.
He made it. No, he did that.
Oh, so now his mistake comes up. Now his mistake comes up.
I was hoping you weren't going to bring that up, but he was wrong.
He made a mistake.
So how much did he love her? How
He
much
was
did he care?
young.
People make
He was
mistakes.
Oh my
young.
God.
People make
Oh my
mistakes.
God. Oh, now let me get the violins out.
People make mistakes.
So people make
So that was a
mistakes.
mistake.
People make mistakes.
So did he
Wow.
love
How many
her?
people are in love and make mistakes? And,
I mean,
and slip
all of
up?
us every day.
Yeah, so we can't question that because that incident happened.
And you know what?
Mind
though?
you, they weren't married at this time.
That
They
was
were
the-
just boyfriend, girlfriend.
But he took her money.
That was
He
a
didn't
$1
take
million
her money,
mistake
She gave
too.
him his money.
But he presented.
Take her money
he
is he went inside her account, signed her name, stole it, or, I'm going to pay you back, whatever. But when you buy me a car, I didn't do anything. You were just nice. You were either nice or you were a fool, one of the two. Choose.
That's being nice. And then, of course, everybody makes it out like you're a fool for doing that. But you're thinking at the time, oh, he loves me and I love him and we're going to be together forever. And that's why I said the L word is the gun.
You think he preyed on a woman that was naive?
Exactly.
Yeah.
With money. That's what you
Thank
think.
That's what it
There
sounds
you go.
like.
That's
It,
what
I think
To
it
me,
might
it
have
sounds
started
like
off
That's
like
what
that.
it sounds
See,
like. It
On the
sounds
woman
like
who
that.
Maybe did she have low self-esteem?
Now we got to have low self-esteem because we're
I'm
giving
just
and
trying to. I'm
generous and-
trying to figure out why you feel like this woman was a victim because she chose to give some man money and buy him a car. I mean, who needs that type of validation? What type of woman? She has to either.
So he was all happy when they went to the car dealership because he was.
I would have been happy.
He was, yeah, but the thing of it is that why give her the story? Why didn't you go out and go get your own? You knew. Why give her the story? Why tell it to her and present it in a way? Oh, if I get this, Mel, I can do so much more. Why present her the story? Why not say, oh, Mel, I'm about to go get 3 jobs. I'm gonna hold it down so I can go ahead and get this car so I can do what I want to do.
She
Now
got
that's a man,
$300,000 in
and
her
I
bank
can
account.
hold my own
But
down.
at
And I
any
can do
point,
my battery.
she could have nipped in the
That's what
belt
I'm
and
talking
said,
about. Yeah, see?
"No,
Okay.
no."
Well, I hope somebody call in because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that
No.
agree with me.
But you
Well-
got to think, had he never cheated on her with the other woman, would he be able to get his invention to Prescott? Because Prescott wasn't even paying attention. The only person that looked at it was the woman, and that was, the one he had cheated with.
Yeah, and two, I forgot that part because I think that he was saying that Mel wasn't supporting him. So as soon as she found out that the woman that was a bing, let me go check and see what it's about.
She was That's why she broke up. She was delusional. She
You
thought he
snooze, you
cheated
lose.
again.
And that's what he did.
That's
what
why
she
his
did.
behind was laying on that yacht floor, crawling with
Well,
that
you wait
bullet
till
in
part
his
2 come out.
You think that's
'Cause she ain't-
justified?
She
Oh,
ain't
they
never.
gonna have a part 2?
She ain't never opened her eyes at the end in that water. So,
Well, my
and we
grandma
don't know
was
if he
asking
got hurt,
was
if he
dead.
dead or what.
Well, she cut off his foot, didn't she?
I think she cut off
She
his
hit
foot.
something with her ass.
She hit something. I think she broke it.
Yeah, I need to go and see this movie
But that
because y'all
heals.
went from.
Part 2 coming. Watch.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So our first guest is getting ready to call in. He is Eric Lynn. He was actually a contestant on the Emmy Award-winning The Voice on NBC for season 13, and he was on Team Jennifer Hudson. That's my favorite person. So
Oh, wow.
he is actually getting ready to. I think he's trying to call me on this phone. Yeah. I think that was him. So hopefully he'll go ahead and call in on this other line for us. But excited to hear about him, his experience on The Voice.
I'm excited to hear about it too. And I'm hoping that I get a chance to sing a few lines so he can critique my voice.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Why do you want him to do that?
Why are you
I
laughing?
love the environment here, man. It's so relaxed.
Why do you love it?
It's
Because we're
beautiful.
crazy?
Maybe because I like feel like I know you guys now, and it's like we're family type of feeling, versus like you just getting to know people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have good vibe.
it's very
That
laid
positive,
back.
yeah, very laid back. That positive vibe. So, are you saying that because I have this cold, that my regular singer voice, I shouldn't do it?
Falsetto,
Which
probably.
still really isn't, that
Just-
great, but
Falsetto.
well, maybe you should try improve.
Do you know how many times I've sang on this show?
No,
Like 3 times.
Did you guys watch any of the Coachella performances?
No, I didn't even see the Beyonce.
You mean
perform-
the Beachella?
Yeah, the Beachella.
Yeah,
Is it B or Bay?
Bay.
Bay. I'm
Why
sorry.
is it Bay and she's Beyonce?
Yeah,
Are
what
you
is
sure it's
that?
not B?
Because like she says it in a lot of her songs.
Oh, she says
Uh,
Bay.
Bay.
She's so ignorant.
You
Queen
dumb.
bee.
Why'd you say that?
But
I didn't say it.
on the Shade Room, they're trying to compare her to Michael Jackson again,
Ooh.
and people going
Oh,
crazy.
about the greatest performer.
Yeah.
She's good.
She
For this
is.
day, for this
Beyonce?
day and age, she's good.
But I think me, myself,
She's the best concert I've ever seen.
Wow.
Beyonce?
Yeah. Kurt Franklin's the second.
Wow.
Kurt Franklin's the second.
Kurt Franklin's
Hey,
concert
Franklin
was.
can't even
When he
sing.
came to Chrysler Museum,
said he can't
his
sing.
show is off the hook though.
he's probably a
Wow.
good entertainer, but
Yeah.
he cannot sing.
Yeah.
I've seen him in concert.
I don't even think.
Have you seen the Maxwell show before?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
oh.
You gotta
I've been
take
to
a
a
date
couple
to the
Maxwell.
Maxwell show.
That's how I lost my messed up my bracelets
What?
at the Maxwell show.
She messed up a bracelet.
Because I was just going crazy.
Yeah, the
'Cause when he
women
sang
go
my
crazy
song,
for Maxwell.
What is the song from Love and Basketball?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, that's it.
Love and basketball. Okay.
what's
I
it
think
called?
I think
It's
our
Women's
first
Worth.
guest is on the line. Caller, you're on the air. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, is this Eric?
Yes, this is he. How are you?
Great, Eric. We were just introducing you. Thank you for calling into the show. This is Mr. Eric Lynn from season 13 of The Voice. How is your evening going, sir? Well, I guess in California it's not evening
It's
yet,
going
right?
great.
It's afternoon.
Yeah, it's about to be 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess it's after.
Okay. So we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about The Voice, your experience, and what things you have going on next. First, how did you get your start in music?
I started off in church, singing in choir, and my mother put me in a lot of different musicals growing up in grade school, so that's kind of like where I started off. But I'd say church was like the biggest thing.
Church was the biggest thing?
wow.
Okay.
Okay, how you doing, Eric? This is Michael Jamil, jazz saxophonist. Also a musician myself.
Well, cool. How are
Yes,
you?
sir. And I also started in church, so kudos to that.
Cool.
That's usually where most of the great musicians start at.
Yeah.
So
Church background, yeah.
right? You have a very unique voice, and you said you used to get teased about it when you were young. Why did they tease you, and how would you describe your style of music?
My voice was it was extremely higher when I was younger. It's high now, but the tonal quality, I guess, could be compared to like a Elder Barge or a Tevin Campbell. And when I was younger, I don't think that anyone in my age bracket or in like my generation knew stuff like that, like about Elder Barge or Little Jimmy or what is it? Tevin, Kevon Edmonds. No one talked about them. So like when they heard me, it was just like, why do you sound like that? Like people that I grew up with was like Casey and JoJo, Usher, the more baritone-ish second tenor voices. So, but yeah, like I guess the more I loved myself or just listened to the people that I wanted to listen to hone my craft, I became more comfortable in my gift.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Hey, Eric, this is Paula B. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, and wanted you to know that I like to sing as well. Nobody in the studio likes my singing. Nobody. Not at all. But I love to sing. You know, the people that cannot sing, but we love to sing the most, don't we? Don't we?
Absolutely.
Right, I know. And I told them that before we get off the air that I want to sing with you. Is that okay?
And if she wants you
That's
to
fine.
judge her,
What you wanna do?
can you please tell her to stop singing?
Be honest.
Yes, just be honest.
Be honest.
Brutally
okay?
honest.
And I'm going to ask
Okay.
my question
I
to
got you. I got you.
Thank you. So how did you decide to audition for The Voice?
Oh man. The funny thing is, I wasn't nervous. I think that leading up to it, I was like, okay, I'm on pins and needles about it. But the day of, I was really fine. My audition was cool. There was only 2 chairs left at the time,
Oh, wow.
and I got 1 chair, and that was Jennifer. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
it was very mind blowing. Yeah.
I mean, I love
It was
watching
extremely
The Voice.
mind blowing. I didn't think. Say that again.
I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was just saying I didn't think Jennifer was going to turn for me because of the style of voice that she has. Like her voice is extremely demanding and just a really, really big voice. And I was just banking that, it was probably going to be like Blake or Adam. But when she turned, I was really excited because I've been a fan of Jennifer since
Exactly.
American Idol days. Yeah.
Exactly. So how was it working with Jennifer, being on her team? Did she give you good tips?
Amazing.
It was
Yeah,
amazing?
absolutely. She is like a true girl from Chicago. Like if you ever met Midwestern people, we're like really, really good people. She's extremely down to earth. She told me and everybody else, as long as we were authentic and we were able to have conviction in our performance and that she can feel it and that the audience can feel it, then everything is good. As long as you're being true to you. She never really said a lot of musical tips. She just basically kind of navigated. Yeah, she didn't do that. It was more so like navigating how you need to be as an artist to convey your music to the world. Wow. And that was really big for me. It was extremely big. So, and for all of us.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's
good.
great.
I thought she would be really adamant about like technique and you need to do this and this and that. So that was good.
She gave a little, little pointers of different things, but it was more so about you just being yourself.
Being yourself. Okay.
Wow.
I think that our whole team was extremely talented. We could all sing. I think she felt sensitive about tampering with our originality and what makes us us. So she made sure she always encouraged what we did, as in like, if you're going to be you 100%. And so I think that's like the biggest thing that she did.
I like that. That's good in life, period, actually.
Yeah. Because I don't think they like to mess around with your artistic ability just to try to enhance it. When I watch the show and just give you tips about certain things.
Right.
But me, I would want it all about the breathing and everything. Those are the tips that I need from you, Eric, before we hang up.
Well, you need, it's a lot more than breathing, baby. It's a lot more than breathing. Yeah.
Okay, Eric, this is Mike G again, jazz saxophonist. My question for you is, what is your most memorable event that took place while you were on The Voice, and how did it help you as an artist?
The most memorable moments of me being on The Voice is when I worked with the band. The Voice band is like, all of them are like extreme world-class musicians. And I came in, like for The Blind, I came in with my song, and I wanted to arrange it differently because I felt like, oh man, like this song, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this song justice the way that it was originally done. If I do it the way that I know that I can do it, then maybe I can convey them to like, come along with me on the journey. And they respected me as a musician. And it just made me feel like the things that I arrange, the things that I come up with and produce, like it can be done in a great quality way. And so, yeah, like working with them was it was mind-blowing. They're absolutely amazing musicians. Some of the best I've worked with in L.A.
Wow.
I mean, the band is amazing on The Voice. I mean, I really love it. And the music is quality because you don't get a chance to hear live bands anymore. And especially if they get a chance to work with you and help you arrange your music. I mean, that is super exciting and a great experience. Now, May 18th is a special day for you for 2 reasons. Can you share your amazing news with us? I'm super excited about hearing about it.
Oh, wow. So May 18th, I graduate with my master's in music and vocal performance. I'm a classical voice major at California State University, Northridge.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
And I am putting, thank you so much. It's been a long road. And I'm putting out my single on May 18th.
Hey,
Okay. So you're
nice.
can you give us a little teaser of your single before you hang up?
I can't do it right
Oh,
now.
you
'cause I'm
can't do
trying to
it?
figure
Oh,
out. There's
okay.
2 songs.
Suspense.
There's two songs, and I'm like going seesawing back and forth. Like, okay, this will be the one. Nah, this should be the one. So I wanna let me do it. Let me just put it out May 18th, or I'll just put a snippet out and I'll send it to you guys.
Okay, that'll be
You'll
good.
know, like, okay, this is what we're talking about.
Thank
Cool.
you for that.
Hi, this is
Absolutely.
Jada. This is Jada speaking.
Hi there.
Hi. So while you were on The Voice, like you had a chance to perform with a lot of different contestants who had different like styles. I wanted to know how they influenced you as an artist.
That's good.
Oh wow. Ignatius. I did my battle with him.
Yeah.
He's incredible, absolutely incredible. I never do a lot of like falsetto singing because because my voice is already so high, like it would be kind of uncomfortable in a certain space of my voice to sing in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But he inspired me to want to like really work that register out. Because if you ever heard him, like he is like a falsetto warrior. Like he just cuts with his falsetto. And just being next to somebody that just has that type of craft and makes you want to work harder on yours. And Devon Fleming, who I had my knockout with, if you ever listen to Devon, like he has so many great musical choices in what he does in a performance. And like just from jazz to gospel, like his melody lines, like you sit and you think that you're like in a master class listening to him. And that really inspired me to just strengthen my ear more. And I thought I had a strong ear, but then when I was working with Devon, I was like, man, this man's ear is hecka strong. So, yeah, him and Ignatius really inspired me a lot while I was on the show.
Okay. So since The Voice, musically speaking, what have you been doing, and what can we look forward to you after your single on the 18th?
Well, since The Voice, I have been working on this project. It's an EP, 7 songs, 7 records, and I'm really excited about it because it's going to be the introduction that I felt like I didn't get when I was on The Voice. Because if anyone watched it, I was montaged during the blind, so it didn't really tell my story or where I come from and things of that nature. So I want this project to be the introduction of my me as an artist. Since The Voice, I've done a lot of session work. I've done a lot of charity events and things of that nature. I just recently came back from Manhattan, Kansas. I was at Kansas State University performing there for the students, and also just trying to just graduate from Cal State. So that's basically it. It's kind of like been,
Right.
just a little bit.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Okay, Eric, it's my
Yeah,
turn now?
yeah,
Okay, so now I'm super excited because I have gotten permission to sing. So,
Help us.
you ready, Eric? I'm so excited about this.
Yes, I'm so ready.
So,
Okay.
because just say if I was one of your students and just give me like a really easy song to sing that we could sing together, what song would you pick for me?
Okay. Gosh, let's see.
It could be
Let's
anything
do-
from a nursery. Go ahead, what is it?
A nursery? You said a nursery rhyme?
It could be any song. I'll sing any song with you. You just tell me. I'm going to follow you.
Okay. Sing. Let's do it like Sister Rag. Sing Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Okay, we can sing that. That's fine with me because I'm game for anything.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready. I'm going to let you start and I'm going to
start
follow you.
You going to let me start it? Okay.
I'm going to let you start.
Mary had a little lamb.
A little
Look, see,
lamb.
why they tell you can't sing?
I know. Come on, let's do it. I'm ready. Ready?
You on, bitch? That's
Thanks.
the first step.
Sing.
You
Did
on,
you hear
bitch?
that? Okay,
He's being
Eric, let's
nice.
try it again.
Just-
Now I'm getting
he's
really
just trying to get in
serious.
heaven.
being
That's it.
nice.
Let me I'm taking my
Okay.
glasses off too. Okay, I'm ready.
You
Go
gotta take
ahead.
your glasses off.
Yes. Okay, Eric, go ahead.
Okay.
And sing louder because we can't hear
Mary
you.
had a little lamb.
Little. I'm laughing now. Wait. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb.
My Lord.
His feet was white as snow. How was that?
Poor lamb.
Poor lamb.
You know, that was very.
What'd you say?
That was very Kojic.
Thank you.
There you go.
Eric, you're amazing.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Eric, how can people follow you on social media?
On Instagram, eric.lyn. So that's ERIC.LYN. And on Facebook, it's Eric Lynn. Or I have a website, www.ericlynn.com. And on Twitter, Eric Lynn Music.
Eric Lynn Music. All right. Well, Eric, man, we wish you the very best. We'll be following. We're waiting on May 18th.
Snippet.
Yeah, oh, we're waiting for our snippet,
I'm
too. Exactly.
Right, and now I get the chance to say that I had an opportunity to sing with one of the contestants on The Voice.
You
How
do.
about that? Boom.
That'll probably
Absolutely.
be the
Thank you, Eric.
closest you get to the voice. But yeah.
What was it
I'll
on
do better
Instagram
next
again?
time, Eric. Thank you.
He said, what was it on Instagram again?
Eric.lyn, ERIC.LYN.
All right. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, Eric.
Absolutely. You guys too. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good luck to you, man.
That was so exciting. I cannot believe that I had that
I
opportunity.
can't believe you sang, yeah.
I will sing at any
I
given
see.
moment,
I
cold or
see.
not.
I see. So, in news,
See how my brother
Starbucks.
does
You're a big Starbucks person.
Uh-oh.
I see. And
Whoa.
You're still at Starbucks.
Still at Starbucks.
So, how do you feel about what happened this week?
I was very upset about that. Because everybody knows that I love Starbucks. I got like almost $200 this Christmas in gift cards for Starbucks. But I was very upset about it to the point where I was thinking about not going to Starbucks anymore because I can't believe that happened. I mean, they were just in there waiting for one of their business partners. They were just sitting there, and they got blackballed because they were just sitting there waiting and because they didn't buy
I
anything.
want to know a question. Was it packed? Were they taking up space that customers needed, or was it not?
I don't think so.
it
They were
wasn't
sitting
packed.
at the table.
Oh,
Wasn't
okay.
packed. You know, and I thought that was just totally disgusting that they were, what is the word, targeted. You know what I mean? For just sitting at the Starbucks. And the thing of it is you can go to any Starbucks, especially I love going to the Starbucks in New York City because it's a hodgepodge of people there from all different nationalities. They're sitting there. I mean, there's French, Romanian, Spanish, black, white, just a hodgepodge of people in Starbucks all the time.
Right.
So I didn't understand their reasoning for doing that. I mean, did you feel threatened because they were sitting there and they didn't order anything? What was the well, you know,
I
they
wonder
ended
if
up
that
getting
was
fired.
it, too.
Yeah, what was it? I
If
just
they
didn't
felt
understand.
threatened. Were they
Is this an
suspicious of them?
isolated incident, or is this company policy?
Well, from my understanding, because I watched the news this morning at Good Morning America, and they were saying that this has happened at this particular Starbucks several times. That people have been targeted at this particular Starbucks several times.
And the manager is no longer there, right?
The manager is no longer there, and the people that whoever the
Security or whatever?
no, the person that called it in is no longer there either. And then the CEO of the company came out and made a statement,
Right.
and apologized because I was just appalled.
And now on May 29th, they're closing 8,000 of the company's U.S. locations to train 175,000 employees on bias and promote inclusion and help prevent discrimination.
And that's what I don't understand
needed,
because
though.
in Starbucks, I mean, it's like a very diverse place to hang out. You know, so much diversity in Starbucks. Now, when I go to my Starbucks, shout out to my Starbucks on Independence, I don't even have to give my order. As soon as I walk in there, they know exactly what I want, and most importantly, they call me Queen, and they write Queen on my cup. I can send one of my employees in the store, and they'll say to start the order. They're like, "Oh, is this for Queen?" Yes. So I mean, it's very friendly. I mean, even when I go to the Starbucks in New Jersey, they remember me, and they do the same thing, and they know my order, and it's just I just didn't understand it.
Yeah, I think it was a bad apple. Honestly.
I really do.
Have you, either of you, any of you, ever experienced any type of discrimination or microaggressions?
I think something like
I just did.
You mean at
I
Starbucks?
did too.
Or
No,
in
just
general?
period. Lately.
Oh yeah.
At Walmart, I did. You know how they have the self checkout?
yes.
There was an Asian lady who was, I guess, the one that worked there, and all the stations were full. But Justin and I, we were ringing up our groceries, and I saw her out of the corner of my eye. She was slowly walking so she could be right beside us, making sure that we were ringing up everything. And everything else, all the other cash registers, she wasn't looking at them, but she would just made sure that she was watching us. And I was like, I said I was going to say something, but I didn't say anything. And then the second time that happened, I did it on myself. There was a lady who was shopping, and she had her purse.
You at Walmart?
Yeah, in the shopping cart. And when I was going beside it, because I've had it happen when people see me coming beside with their purse, they grab their purse or they pull their basket closer to them. And I recognized that, and I didn't want that to happen. So she was blocking the way. I went all the way around. I went down the next aisle and came up the aisle so that I would avoid having to have her grab her purse. But I was like, that's something that I shouldn't do. But my mind registered that was going to probably be a threat to her, a black man coming by her purse. And
Right. Now, sometimes in a restaurant where, like, I'm sitting like really too long. You know, I've seen you wait on this person, that person, that person, and I'm still sitting here waiting. I'm waiting. So I try not to let my mind go there. You know, I will say, you know, they're probably just like really busy. You know, she's probably overwhelmed. She has a lot of people on her station. But after a while, it will make you think, are they just not paying me attention? This person, they just set this couple down before me and they're waiting on them. And I've been sitting here like I need to, like, where's Waldo type of thing.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Right.
So it's just a shame in this day and age that it's still like that. I just don't understand it. I mean, I don't understand why people are still like that. And the world is so diverse today. You know, today.
Right.
You know, you have everybody married to everybody. Everybody's just doing their thing. And you still have this small percentage of people, I can't really say small, that still try to hold on to that negativity of prejudice. You know, and it just doesn't make any sense.
And I had a recent experience with the police though.
Really?
Yeah, I got pulled over at the beach. It was on my birthday. Me and my cousin, and I think I had expired tags, but the cop pulled me over on a bike. So first thing, he rides up on the bike while I'm making a U-turn, flashing his lights in my face, and then says, "Take your keys out the ignition. Take your keys out of the ignition." I'm like, "What are you pulling me over for?" He's like, "Take your keys out of the ignition. Take your keys out of the ignition." So I took my keys out of the ignition. Doesn't tell me what he's pulling me over for. He's asked for my license and everything. When he comes back, he's like, "Your tags are expired, but you mind if I search the car?" I'm like, "Well, what's your probable cause?" He talking about, "You look nervous."
He said, "You look nervous."
He said, "I look nervous," right? So then he starts saying, "We're going to wait for the dogs unless you let me search the car," and all this other stuff. And so when I went to court, the cop ends up lying, talking about he smelled marijuana.
What?
Yeah. And then my cousin who was with me, he got a lawyer. And he was like, the lawyer said, this what threw me off. And I'm like, I don't think this is an isolated incident. He says, it won't be the first time a cop lied on the stand.
Yeah.
And he's a lawyer.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
They
You
do
know
it
what I
all the
mean?
time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what kind of legal system do we have? Because I don't get in trouble or anything like that. I try to stay away from cops. But when I seen that, I was like, that was definitely targeted. There was no reason for him to do anything other than write me a ticket. Wasn't speeding. And I'm like, is this how all cops think? Because, you know, the cops came to the Starbucks and they were just ready to go ahead and arrest them.
Yes, they did.
Like, what kind of cop doesn't ask, like, why
Now,
are you
I
asking
listened
them
to
to
the
leave?
guy, and they were saying that they were in there 15 minutes before arrest was made. So I don't know what the conversation was, but evidently it wasn't the initial, like, they went in and just arrested him. So I don't know what the conversation was.
They were waiting for this guy because they were in there to talk
I'm talking about
real
once the
estate.
police went in to
Oh, they
talk
wanted
to
them to
talk
leave.
for
That's
like
They
15
wanted,
minutes.
they wanted them to leave. But the thing of it is that on TV there were a lot of white people in that Starbucks, and a lot of them were yelling and screaming.
And
If you
defending.
watch it,
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah. Like, why are you
defending
arresting them?
Like, why
Right.
they not doing anything? You know, why are you doing that? And then the next day they were out picketing, and you know they were just very appalled that happened, and you know really sticking up for them. And I really like seeing that because what is right, and they didn't have the right to do that. But like you said about the police officers, my brother's a cop in Connecticut, and it's unfortunately that like he has to deal with racism inside the police department.
Wow.
And that's crazy. You're
Wow.
supposed to be protecting the people, and I still have to deal with that inside the police department. It's just ridiculous, of course. But the thing of it is that how can you trust the police today? That's just the thing. Are they against all of us? Because you can't. It's just so scary now. Are you here to protect me, or are you going to kill me? What's happening? So
And that's what's going on right now.
And that's what's going on right now, because you can't really, where you could, like when you used to raise your little kids and be like, you can trust a policeman. If something happens to you, just go straight to the police. Now you're scared to go to the police. You're scared to go to the police.
Yep. That's like most of my friends, like, they see a cop car, they can be the most innocent person in the world. They just automatically go like, "Oh no." It's just young people don't trust cops anymore, and I feel like the connection's lost from all the movements and whatnot, and I don't know what they need to do. But
when I remember when Sierra was little, we had gone to Farm Fresh, and she was doing something. She was little, and I was like, Sierra, you always have to behave yourself because you don't want to get in trouble with the police, because there was a cop there. So the cop was saying to me, we hate it when parents, it's good that you said it, but we hate it when parents tell their kids that, because we don't want them to be afraid of us, because we want them to know that we're here to protect them.
Well, they have to look to see how they're portrayed in the media.
Right.
I mean, that would have been your answer. You're nervous, of course. Do you watch the news?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And it's like, the thing with cops, like, it is some things, because, like, me growing up, I used to go to the summer camp. I used to go to the PAL summer camp and whatnot. And, like, I remember Officer Vitek, I'll never forget this. Like, I was like, so I asked him a general question. I was like, so why do you guys do these camps? I was like, it was my 6th grade year. And I was like, why do you guys do these camps? And it's like, because we are portrayed to it was like mostly black kids a part of the camp. He was like, to most black families and whatnot, the cops aren't portrayed in a positive way. And this is our way of trying to make the next generation trust us. But then when you have the innovation of social media and whatnot, it's kind of difficult. So I don't know what they need to do, but they have to do something.
They do.
Because the trust was there, but now you see a cop the next day like killing somebody for nothing, but just because they're black.
I know. Well, when Sierra was little, I was like, so when the cop told me that, she was so cute. She whispered, she said, "Mom, all the cops do is eat donuts." I was like, no, sir, that's not the only thing they do is eat donuts. They protect us. Because on TV, that's what they portray the cops doing, is sitting in the squad cars eating donuts all day and drinking coffee. Yep. So he started laughing. But, I wish it was that's all they were doing now was just eating donuts and drinking coffee instead of killing so many people and, having a bad reputation. Because there are good cops out there today. You know what I mean? There are, but they're few and far between.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know something, though? I think what the owner of Starbucks is doing is a huge step in the right direction.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to see it before the incident. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because now he's playing catch up. He's like, I know this has happened, so let me do this. But this is to all the companies that are out there now. You should start doing it now.
Right.
You
Yeah,
get
you
what I'm
should.
saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Get ahead of the ball and say, you know what, this is not coming to my company. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know this is how we're going to operate, and we're not going to have no racial bias or none of that. Boom.
But I agree with you. I'm glad that he stepped up immediately. He didn't wait till 3 months from now. He came right out, apologized, and had a plan of action.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You shutting down all these stores. We're going to do some training, and this is never going to happen again because it was not right to do.
Yeah.
So, Starbucks, they support a lot of nonprofit organization as well. So I think that, and they're all over the place.
And Starbucks is almost like Chick-fil-A, man.
Yes,
like their customer service is impeccable.
Customer service is impeccable because when I go to Starbucks on Independence, and I'm in that line, those cashiers, they know everybody, all the customers by name, and they know exactly what they want. They know exactly what they want to order, and I think that's like totally amazing. Can you imagine every day you have more people coming in, but they still take the time to recognize their customers, and that's why people keep coming back. Because I don't have to give you your order. You know me by name. Now it's just like one big family in there. And then I get a chance to meet
Is it
other
still
people.
Richard Branson?
Where?
Richard Branson wasn't he the owner of Starbucks at one time?
No, I don't. I thought.
airline.
Oh, yeah, Virgin.
But just like you were saying about Chick-fil-A, now Chick-fil-A has amazing customer service. I was just there. I went there yesterday, and they're so nice and polite, and they have their little spiel, and they give you a service with a smile because, of course, you know that I'm in customer service. So, you know, we offer exceptional customer service without exception. That's our thing. You know, I work at Optima. But the thing of it is that Chick-fil-A, a lot of companies model their customer service
Howard Schultz.
from Chick-fil-A.
I think he made a good point, though. Like, with all the controversy that came around with it, once, like, all the other companies saw that, I think that now they should start doing precautionary things and getting their people trained.
And they probably will.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was just...
But Chick-fil-A is a great model for it. They're always...
It is. Chick-fil-A is a great model
Service
for
is always
it.
good.
Service is always good. If you have any complaints about the food, they fix it right away. That's the same thing with Starbucks because if you don't like something if they make your coffee wrong, they will automatically give you a gift card, and I really like that. I mean, I'm a Starbucks fiend.
Fanatic.
I'm a Starbucks fanatic.
See, Howard Schultz, I think that's the guy that started, I guess, or whatever. Because I was reading this book that was talking about it, certain companies, and he was like, he actually was a barista or something. And he had an idea, not just for the coffee. Because, you know, Starbucks, they got pretty good coffee.
They do.
But it's more about the experience that you go in there, too.
Yes.
And what he did was duplicate the experience of having exceptional customer service along with the coffee. So that's pretty much what the company was founded on. And when stuff like this happens, it's like, whoa.
Yes, I was
like
I said, I almost fell over when that happened.
Like
when I saw Starbucks, I was like, not my Starbucks.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
Not my Starbucks.
They really have to filter who they hire, too, though. Because if you hire somebody that just doesn't care and doesn't want to go with the flow of everybody being nice, and they can be like, I don't like you because you black, leave.
True.
And now,
True.
boom.
Just,
they think the whole brand is, you know, tarnished.
So, did you hear about the presidential candidate that may be running in 2020? He's a Democrat. He's an Asian American, Andrew Yang, and he has the platform that he's running on. He wants to give every American $1,000 a month. He's 43. He was born in upstate New York in 1975. He said he's going to be running as a Democrat. He has this thought of a UBI, which is a universal basic income payment, which he calls the freedom dividend. He said the most direct and concrete way for the government to improve your life is to send you a check for $1,000 every month and let you spend it in whatever manner will benefit you the most. He says the government has plenty of resources. They're just not being distributed enough to people right now. He believes a cash handout will improve the mental well-being of Americans and encourage entrepreneurship. It is possible to overstate the positive impact of $1,000 a month on households around the country. It would take people from a constant mindset of scarcity to a mindset of assured survival and possibility. It would transform our society in myriad of positive ways by taking the boot off of people's throats.
So my first question to that is that, am I going to have to pay taxes on that grant?
Yes.
Okay.
So that means I'm probably going to end up with $460.
Did you have that $460 to start with?
I didn't, but that was my first question I wanted to ask.
Pay taxes on everything.
Yes.
That's the one thing in America.
But you just can't help.
No, I mean, I'm fine with it. I'll take the grant. I'll take it, but I wanted to know.
If you get it, you can send it to me. I'll take it.
No, I'm going to keep it, but I just wanted to know because he didn't say, you know, he should have mentioned that in it because when you tell somebody you're just going to, I'm going to send you $1,000 a month.
I wonder where they're going to get it from.
What's the justification of it? Like, what do you have to have a job in order to get this? Or just, if you're an American citizen, automatically, if you sign up for this specific thing, you get $1,000?
Okay. Oh,
maybe it's just a working plan.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It says it's on his, because he's launched his campaign website.
Okay.
And that's one of the tickets that he's running on.
I'm gonna research that.
Yeah.
This
sounds interesting.
UBI payment.
I'm gonna have to research that because I want to know more about that UBI payment.
I think an Asian American would have a good chance.
Why?
Because I think everybody was excited about. I know we were excited about there being an African American.
Yes.
So
that's
I
going to
think
be
Asian Americans would be equally
Yes, that's
excited,
gonna be a
and
main
they
factor.
would all band up and try to get that
think
person
people would vote
elected.
for 'em, though?
Especially if we only have 2 candidates, because
Right.
they're saying that Trump's approval ratings are improving for some whatever reason.
What?
His approval ratings have gone up.
I don't think they
I,
changed.
when did you see that? Because I just watched that. I always say the guy's name wrong. Comey interview. Did you watch that?
Yeah. Well, I watched a lot of it, but I got home late.
Yes. After that, it didn't. And then after all that tweeting he did after that, and that was an amazing interview. And I enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to buy his book. But I don't know how in the world could his approval rating go up? Now with all the scandal, you got what's her name? What is the girl's name? The girl he had the affair with.
Stormy or something.
Well, yeah, they're going up. I said they're at the highest they've been now since he's been in office.
Wow.
Wow.
Still
That
not that
scares
good, but
me.
they're going up.
That scares me.
That's scary.
And they're saying that he has a good chance of winning re-election. So
He can do
What?
anything, man. He can do anything, and they will continue to support
His
him.
attorney is in trouble now because of him. He might end up losing his license and everything because of him, but he still says that no matter what, he's going to protect him. I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
But you
And
know
I don't
what?
understand how his approval rating is going up with all the things that he's doing.
You know what? It comes down to what Tyler Perry alluded to in Acrimony. It comes down to money, and it's sad. And Jay-Z talked about it. He was like, well, "Have you looked at the unemployment rate, Jay-Z? It's down further than it was before." He's like, "You don't pay me more and treat me worse. Like that's not gonna promote a healthy society." So going to what that guy's talking about, it's equalizing the playing field as far as monetary. So if it's like people try to manipulate you through money, and they're like, but if everybody has $1,000 a month to play with and be an entrepreneur and business wise, you can't manipulate my decisions on saying the unemployment rate's down though. I know we're about to go to war, but the unemployment rate's down.
Right.
Right, but the unemployment
That's
rate
his.
was down
That's
before
his
he got
initial
into office
argument.
anyway.
That's his initial argument.
I'm like,
Giving more
so?
people jobs, but still causing chaos throughout the world. That's basically what he stands for.
Well,
no.
that's your president, so
Yep.
we have
That's
to.
the
That ain't my
orange man
president.
for you.
And
the
if-
president.
if y'all sit home again, he will be your president in 2020.
I
Come on
voted.
here.
vote.
Come on here.
Please
I
vote.
voted.
Tell it.
And I went to sleep because I was like, I knew that we had it in the bag. So I went to
Say it louder
sleep.
for
And
the
when I
people in the
woke up
back.
this morning,
Yeah.
that next morning, I was so upset. I really wanted to call in to work that day because I was just mortified because I was like, are you guys sure that this is happening?
Yeah, it was
I
bad.
couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
His inauguration was bad and everything. It felt like a funeral.
But you know what? It really is sad, but I think he knew who his target market was,
Yeah.
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 and it's like racism. Like, how you gonna target people that are excited? Because when they had that, what was it, the Ku Klux Klan rally? I'm like, where all these people come from?
Yeah, that's
You
because
get what I'm
of
saying?
him.
Like,
It made me sad because it really. I mean, I wasn't naive to the fact that racism existed, but he
Right.
was just so blatant in a lot of things that he
Yes.
said, and to believe that so many people went out and voted for him, it just made
Exactly.
me more aware of my surroundings and the people who I sit and stand with
wow.
and
Exactly.
next to every day.
But
Yeah.
they're constantly gunning for him because they
Yeah.
really want, because he's such an embarrassment. They're gunning for him because they're really trying to impeach him. Even though you said that his ratings, they're really trying to get him out of that office. And
I don't think he's going with the plan. Whatever plan they
Right.
probably,
Right.
yeah,
right, exactly.
Yeah.
But I
He's
think
going rogue.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, he is going
He's
rogue, but
changing
they're
it up
really
a little
trying to
bit.
get him out of there because just like Comey said, he was like, I don't think that. I forgot his words exactly, but what he said, I don't think that he should be president because he doesn't have good morals and values.
Wow.
And that was a big statement, a true statement, but a very big statement from him.
Yeah, but Comey, he could kick rocks because
Well,
of him.
Hillary
He's
would have
a
been
walker.
president if
Because of
it
him.
wasn't
Yeah,
for him.
so
If
I
he
have
would've
no sympathy
stepped
for
up-
him.
Right. If he would have stepped
All
up, like,
6'8" he's 6'8". Good God.
I mean, that guy is like a friggin' giant. I was like, how tall is that dude? And I was like, because Trump only comes up to his waist, I was like, oh my God.
That's why he wear that long tie.
Well, he did talk about, now I do have to say this before he talked about Donald Trump. He called him the orange man. When I met him, he looked orange. He had white circles around his eyes because you could tell he wasn't tanning. Then he talked about his hair, but most importantly, he said he had small hands. When he said that, I was
He's trying to sell that book.
Yes, well, that's what he was saying. He said, because they were like, well, why did you talk about him like that? He was like, because I was being an author, and I wanted to paint a visual picture for my readers. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, but he was throwing shade for real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, we have two beautiful women.
Yeah.
From ACHI, Women Supporting Women Association. So I know I have Miss Ivory Morgan Burton here, but I've never met you. What is your name? Mm-hmm.
I am Keisha McDaniel, and I'm the president and CEO of Impress Printing and Stationery of Chesapeake, Virginia.
Wonderful, wonderful. How long have you been with ACHI?
I am a new member, actually. Okay. So under a month.
Under a month.
She's also a key sponsor for the Love Yourself annual conference coming up.
All right. Let me ask you a question. So what attracted you to ACHI?
Well, for me, it's the professionalism of women. It's the support that the women give one another, and definitely Miss Ivory play a major role in me wanting to be a part of such a wonderful, prestigious organization.
Okay, all right. And Ivory, what's your position again? Because last year you got promoted.
I'm district director.
Yes, and you cover how many areas?
I'm from here all the way up the coastline.
All up the coastline, wonderful.
Yes.
And you started as what, the president?
Chapter president of the Hampton Roads chapter, and I actually am wearing a dual hat because our vice president took over my position and was unable to fulfill her duties and responsibilities. So I've gone back to being chapter president and district director.
Wonderful, wonderful. For our listeners, can you explain exactly what ACHI is in your purpose for the organization?
It is what it says in the title, Women Supporting Women for the Totality of Woman, her emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. It is about building professionalism and more business for them and helping in every aspect for them to come together in the sisterhood, crossing all lines of adversity and division. We are a group without race and boundaries. So truly sisterhood. And our chapter, we're really proud of it because we are diverse and nobody's involved with anybody looking at anything but the heart of the person.
Right, right. How many chapters do you have?
10 growing into 12 shortly.
Really? That's wonderful.
And that's not my chapter. That's including Hampton Roads and all the chapters. We've got Atlanta, Maryland, the Carolinas, Virginia. We've got a brand new chapter in Richmond and another chapter in the Peninsula.
Okay. Atlanta, is that considered your headquarters?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Awesome.
Wow. Okay, so the Love Yourself Women's Annual Conference 2018, when and where is this going to be hosted?
It'll be May 18th, 19th, and 20th at the Renaissance Hotel in Portsmouth.
Yes.
We will kick off Friday night with the fashion show. Let's talk about the man that's hosting the fashion show. Hello.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited about that.
Yes. Mr. Will Strayhorn himself, extraordinaire, will be hosting the fashion show. Deanna Ramos will be co-hosting with him. Yes. We have 3 dynamic people on the red carpet, so everybody should come and flash their fashion and discuss that. Ron Cook is the fashion show manager and the producer, so he's handling, he's extraordinary himself. And one of the things that we're doing on Saturday, then we have the glow up sessions with speakers and participants that are coming in to share and speak, local talent for our panelist luncheon on Saturday. So we have 5 dynamic professional women that will be sharing with Q&A, and we have a gentleman that's going to be the facilitator over the panel discussion, which we hope he'll ask the tough questions. That's Mike Chandler from Soul Music.
Love Mike.
Yes, and so we have so much local talent here that we've kept it in the family locally. On Saturday, That's what's happening. And then ladies will get a break after the lunch at about 2:30, and they'll have an opportunity to get the ferry and go downtown Norfolk and hopefully sightsee, see the new hotel renovations and the things that are going on there, and do some shopping. Then we'll come back Saturday evening for a pre-function hour, and then we'll have the banquet with the pinning of the members and all the activities that go on there. And drum roll, if you please. Will Strayhorn, Ron Cook, and Jason Charles of Jay's Creations will all be being honored as men who support women and awarded that.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so proud of my brother Will. I'm going to be right there front and center supporting you all the way. I'm so excited.
Thank you, thank you.
You're
thank
welcome, honey.
Well, I'm looking forward to all these gorgeous women in the room with me strutting their stuff on the red carpet in the evening. Our theme is Caribbean, and we're encouraging bright tropical colors, cruise wear, and definitely wear your headpieces, your Caribbean headpieces.
Are you having a contest for best headpiece?
We have done a lot of other contests. We have contests for the vendors. You know, we might as well go there too.
I can't wait. That's why I can't wait to see how creative people are.
I think it'll be really, really great. We had a class from the Hampton Roads chapter, and we made the Caribbean headpieces and taught a class, and had a great turnout and a lot of fun with doing that.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Hello, Miss Ivory.
Hello.
My name is Michael Jamil. I'm a local jazz saxophonist and producer. And I want to know, where can we get tickets? Because I stay in Portsmouth.
We've got them online through Eventbrite. And simply by the title, ACHI Women Supporting Women, you should be able to connect. If you go to our Facebook group page or www.wswassociation.com, all the links are there as well.
So for the people who are listening who are considering coming to your event, you mentioned some of the night events. What are some of your daytime workshops? What type of things can people look to learn?
The Glow Up session in the morning kicks off with 3 professional makeup artists. Candace Roush, you all know her expertise, and she has 2 dynamic women that will be joining her, and they will be talking about the power of the $1 million appearance.
Ooh, wow.
And then Tara Gate Anderson, who walks the red carpet and works with people like Denzel Washington, is coming to us from D.C., and she will be talking about building your brand and pulling out all the stops to be able to market your professional business. And then the panelists each are from their component. We have the Commonwealth. I want to do this right now. It's the Commonwealth City Attorney, the prosecuting attorney. She will be with us, and I brought my cheat sheet.
Yes.
So, Stephanie Morales, who is the Commonwealth.
Right.
Cheryl Tan, you know, is phenomenal at branding and marketing. We also have Tanya Monroe, who's with real estate, and Mary Glenn Fisher, who is with Five Ring Financial, who works specifically at building women's finances. And I know you all know Maya of Maya Welburn-Houlihan, who recently, with the House of Maya, regretfully it crumbled, but she is such a phenomenal power and expert on how to keep your business intact, and she's bringing us Inspired by Maya.
Oh, wonderful.
So the tough questions and the things about building your business, the questions professionals want to know, everybody can always learn something from somebody else.
Right.
So they will be the powerhouse for the luncheon. And when you buy your ticket to attend anything on Friday, your lunch is included.
Oh, the lunch is included.
That's good.
Is it just for women?
No, no, no. We're certainly having a lot of men attend and participate. The doors are always open. We love men because you support us. And we definitely want to recognize all of those that have helped and assisted us. And one of the things I've tried to do for the conference this year, because my own company, I'm doing several roles. I'm also the planner and helping put it together as a sponsor. One of the things that's happening is putting men in positions so the ladies can enjoy themselves and be able to actually not have to get up and go do anything. They've done so much work, and the Hampton Roads chapter, the Richmond chapter, as well as the Peninsula have worked diligently, and our sisters from the District 10 of the Carolinas and Atlanta, and all of them have worked diligently to put everything together. So we want them to be able to come and relax and really enjoy themselves. So please know that men are welcome, and we have some phenomenal surprises that will be being done for you, gentlemen.
Wow.
That sounds good.
But we're not giving up everything we know.
Okay.
I was just getting ready to see if we can just get a little hint of, because you know I love surprises.
Yeah.
Just a little hint.
A little hint. Let's just put it this way. Come ready to see the horn tooted.
Oh,
okay.
wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
That was a great hit.
I went to your event last year. I was, my flight, I had some issues, but I was at your event in Georgia last year. So I know it took probably all of this year to get ready for this year. What's next for ACHI? What can we look forward? You guys always, I like ACHI. I love ACHI because you guys always put on first-class productions. And I've said that before. If anything I know that you guys are going to say from your lunches that you have when you're doing your nominations to your award ceremony, it's always going to be top class. So what can we expect after the awards? Have you started working on that?
Well, when we left Atlanta, we began working on this event. And growth and development, bringing women together for sisterhood, the real sense of supporting one another and crossing boundaries and bonding together and having relationships. The biggest factor is growing chapters, being, as they say, steady as she goes. The awards gala will be expanding. We'll have Richmond start having awards, Maryland and D.C. and all of those areas. So it's growth and really solidifying this area in this market.
Right, all right. So, and you're still taking people can join at any time, right?
Absolutely. Membership is $65 a year.
Okay.
So it's extremely affordable. And the goal is to get everyone in, but it's not about the money as much, it's about the purpose and the goal.
Right.
And we have a mentoring program with professional women that have the heart and the mindset and already are mentors in their own right. Our mentoring program, for example, in Hampton Roads, she's already a professional mentor. She does this, and her components of counseling and coaching. So we are putting together a mentoring program and education through webinars and things of that nature that will continually grow with workshops and things of that nature.
That's really good.
Because
we need that.
We've got to grow. One of the things that you were talking about previously when we came in the room, it's about ending the lines of demarcation. For me, despite my ethnic background, I've now experienced being the only white woman in the room. Despite that I'm not. But when they look at me, they stereotype us by our appearance. And depending on what culture and what country you're in or what demographics in the United States, they'll label you. And our goal is to stomp out, and eradicate any type of division for any reason. So we are a very diverse group, and embracing women for their heart and for their compassion and for the fact that they have the heart to help someone else. We always are looking to have someone succeed us to be more successful. We've got to be the cheerleaders, the coaches and the counselors to say you can do it.
Awesome, awesome. What haven't we asked you that you can offer? Anything else you want to say about the event? Looking forward
Just
to it.
come. Vendors, we had such a demand for vendors. We've opened the space for 5 more vendors.
Okay.
And you'll be exclusive in your product line and what you're doing. And we're having a contest. You were talking about contests. We've got the grand prize of the table that has the best Caribbean theme and the most creativity and some other components to judge. And then we have first, second, and third place. The opportunity to come and have a great time, win a prize, enjoy yourself, and just, as you know, when you were in Atlanta, you leave so inspired and so encouraged. But I wanted to also talk about our sponsor that's with us with Impress, because she is impressive, and Akeisha's going to have our programs and all of our paperwork and all of the things that will identify and keep you focused on where you are and what's going on. And she's got some surprises and collaboration and some wonderful things. We've reached into the community to love on those that are already here.
Awesome. Well, ladies, I want to thank you for coming. Anytime ACHI's doing something, I've always said I was the unofficial male member of ACHI anyway. So I want to thank you. Thank you.
You're our brother.
I'm the brother. Okay.
The brother.
Right.
He is.
Brother.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Kudos.
Thank you
so much. I love it.
You're welcome.
You guys.
I brought presents for you guys.
Ooh, did you?
Presents.
I brought the cookbooks from the Hampton Roads chapter fundraiser
wonderful.
for everybody.
I like to cook
And
as well. They didn't know I like to cook.
the big prize is a getaway in Vegas for expenses for the raffle tickets. They're $1 each, but because we love you guys, we're going to give you some raffle tickets.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Tickets.
Fill them out and give them back to me
claiming
so
that as
I
a-
can put you in the
a trip to
drawing.
Vegas. I'm just claiming that.
Thank you.
I'm claiming the winnings.
Well, the prize for the Hampton Roads chapter was drawn on Monday night. It was a treasure chest chock full of awesome things valued at $1,500. And now the big raffle drawing, which is the grand prize, is the getaway to Las Vegas. And that's the main drawing. And that'll be drawn during the fashion show Friday night. Did everybody get tickets?
Yes, we did.
You can
I'm
put
so
some prayer oil
excited.
on these tickets.
He said some prayer oil.
Oh my God.
And did everybody get cookbooks?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I love presents.
Yes, she does.
Awesome.
Don't I-
Well, you
love-
give good ones too.
Yes.
Thank you. We
Thank
appreciate
you for having us.
No
I am
problem.
grateful and appreciative.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, guys. Did you hear about Bill Cosby, the Bill Cosby case?
God.
No.
So Janice Dickerson.
Yes.
Another one?
No, Janice Dickerson, she testified, but she admitted that she concocted
She made
her
it up.
story, made up the story that was in her book. So she testified, and they said she took the witness stand in the courtroom, and under cross-examination, Cosby's attorney confronted her and talked about her book from 2002,
Right.
No Lifeguard on Duty. He held up a copy of the book and cited a few passages, and she acknowledged that she concocted stories in the book in order to get a bigger, much-needed paycheck.
Yes.
Wow.
She said, it's all a fabrication there because I wanted the paycheck for my kids. She added that she used her poetic license with her life story. She said, and he said, so you made things up to get a paycheck? And she said, yes.
And ruin somebody's life and career on top.
So are you surprised at this? Do you think there are other people who have concocted?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, plenty.
Now you know me. Absolutely.
I don't think all those
All
people are
of
telling
them.
the truth.
You think so?
Oh,
No,
no.
they're not. I mean, I just, when I read that, I thought that was just awful for what she did. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to get notoriety.
And she was one of the loudest ones.
Yes.
Wow.
She was one of the loudest ones.
Yeah.
And
How do
you
you sleep
tried to
at
get
night?
money to exploit Bill Cosby, and you and that was wrong.
And I want to say back in the day, did someone pay her? Did he pay her three
I think
point
he paid the other
something?
girl.
Oh, okay.
3 million.
Was it Jan? It wasn't Janice, so was it?
I want to say it was Janice. Hold on, I can look that up real quick.
I thought it was the lady that looked like Howard Stern.
The what?
I can't think.
Wait, the lady who looked like Howard.
The one that's suing him now. I can't. I mean, what's her name? That's terrible that I said that. But, I just when I read this, but that really is helping his case though.
Yeah,
Because they're going to
definitely.
be like, how many more people are trying to exploit Bill Cosby?
Uh-huh.
And really not telling the truth. So that really put a big
Yeah, he
hole
wanted
in
a
the
check for
case.
35 million. Now I know it wasn't 35.
It couldn't.
Well, he was guilty. So he did 35.
Oh my God.
I thought it was 3.5, which is still a lot of money. But,
That is. He paid Janice or whatever her name is, that amount of money.
Janice Dickerson.
Janice Dickerson.
Yeah,
He
you
paid
remember her?
Yes, from because she was on Tyra
She
Banks.
was exactly.
On Tyra Banks show. But she's so. I mean, everything is swollen on her. She has so much bones. Have you seen her lately?
Yeah, she looks like a duck.
She looks like a blowfish.
Well,
Do you think that someone would pay if they didn't do it? I
to
think
make
it's,
something go away
yeah,
that could be big.
it's kind of like taking a plea.
I don't see anyone who looks like Howard Stern.
Because sometimes, like
Show
you heard those stories
That's
where
a good
they'll
question.
take a plea without even doing the crime.
Do y'all
They're
have
like-
anything to say about that? Do you think someone would take, if someone was innocent, do you think someone would pay someone money just to make them go away? You think they would?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I've seen it happen before where somebody could not have done anything wrong in a crime, and you
And they get so scared they just
yeah,
take the plea.
they take the plea.
Yeah.
And so it's like, just let me be
You
free
see it
again.
on Law and Order all the time.
Yeah.
When they're like, well,
TV
just
shows,
you know,
big cases.
just say that you did this, thus, and so, and you'll get. They're like, no, I'm not saying that because I'm not guilty. But if you go to trial,
you'll get 50+ years.
You're gonna get like X amount of years. So why take your chance to go to trial and just say that you're guilty for this, the lesser crime, than taking a chance to go on trial and get like X amount of years?
Especially when you got as much money as Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
I don't think Bill Cosby has that much money left. Do you think?
Maybe not now.
You gonna look it up?
Yep.
Okay.
I think they're trying to shame his reputation.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was the first and the ground. Okay, here I am. Because they're trying to steal his thunder and the fact of his reputation and what he had as an image.
Right.
He was forerunner, and it's part of the major plan to go back to division and conflict and from within.
Exactly.
There was a conversation not too long ago that there's so much dirt within certain communities and guidelines, and people need to banding together and to work. If we stand behind this kind of negativity, then we fall for it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of men and women, I'm sure, that are incarcerated that were not guilty, but as Paula said, they took the lesser charge in order to at least know that the light was at the end of the tunnel and they could get out.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of things that go on.
Wow.
And I think that, as far as Bill Cosby, I know that he feels a lot of remorse. I'm really going to say that because of all that he put his family through, his wife. He just lost his daughter, for God's sakes, you know what I mean? And here he goes again, going through this trial again because they had a hung jury, maybe? Is that what happened? Is that why they're doing this again?
Was it a hung jury?
Was it a hung jury?
I'm not sure.
Initially, I'm not sure, yeah.
Okay, but nevertheless, the guy's 80 years old. He has dementia, and he can't see. What is your purpose in trying to ridicule him more? I mean, he, like Ivory said, he built an amazing brand for himself. He did a lot for the African American community, opened the doors for a lot of people. Now, I'm not saying that everything he did was right. I'm not saying that he didn't drug these women. But what I am saying is that in that business, like she said, in that community, there's a lot of dirt that goes on in that community, but in that dirt, there's growth and opportunity for your careers, because that's what you're doing it for, to heighten your career. Am I saying this right? That's where the whole Me Too movement is coming in, because of women saying no more. But at the end of the day, I still have a problem with why now?
Why now?
Do you really think he had to go that far? He was a popular man. He still is. At the peak of his career, if a woman thought he would perhaps support her in her own career moves, there's been a lot of them in Hollywood that did not want to be intimate, but a lot of them have been.
Right.
Because it was a career move. It was strategic.
It was a career move. It was strategic.
I mean, come on. Opening your legs does get you benefits.
Wow,
right. It does get you benefits. But the thing of it is that now that we're talking about this, so women talk. So
they do?
I'm sure that it was in the rumor mill that Bill Cosby drugs women. You know what I'm saying? To put a little something in the drink. You know what I mean? And I know that a lot of women probably have heard that, because they're going to talk about it. So if this is out in the rumor mill and you know that he has a habit of doing something like that, why put yourself in that position to take part in that when you know that that's his MO? That's his motive of operation, because everybody has a motive of operation, a MO. So that was his. So probably a lot of women knew it because it happened to quite a few women. So you know that was something he was capable of doing. So why put yourself in a position? That's what I'm saying.
It's a different time too, though. It wasn't 2010. You know what I mean? Like 80s, people were doing cocaine regularly. Like,
I still want to know why they didn't address it when it was going on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Why wait now?
Why?
He's
that's what I'm saying.
Elderly.
That's what I'm saying. My question: What is your purpose? What are you going to get out of Bill Cosby? You got money from him. All of them got money.
wow.
But what more do you want from him?
I think it's basically to strip him of the notoriety and the prestige that he has had. Because when we look at the Cosby Show and the family that he and Felicia Rashad represented for us as African Americans, and the culture that we're up against now, it's to discredit us. You know, there's a lot of racial tension there, you know, and I don't think that it's by coincidence that they would wait until Bill Cosby is up in age to bring this out.
Wow.
Yeah. He's still worth $400 million.
Yeah, he's worth $400 million. But I think, even though he's worth $400 million,
they're destroying his.
They're
tarnishing his legacy.
Yeah, he's
legacy.
lost much more. He's lost much more.
They called him America's dad at one point.
Yeah.
That's why it's good to have some dirt on your name as soon as you come in. That's why I like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was like, "Yeah, I cheated. Yep. I'm sorry.
Get it out there before anybody else get it out there.
You ain't gonna blackmail me no more."
Yeah.
So now you know
I mean,
you're free.
that's true.
Think about it. There's so many they're trying to trash and destroy. Obama said not too long ago, if I didn't do anything, why are they trying to change it?
Right, and
if you didn't do anything, why are you even trying to make a change? So anything. I think he's just said it really very well.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's about destruction of the image and the brand and the group. It's easier to tear people down than it is to build them up.
Absolutely. And we're good at that. We're good
it's
at
no
tearing
work.
people down. We're really good.
You got to
at
take the high road. And if you can't say something, our mothers all taught us, don't say anything. I have one person in my life that as long as I've known her 20 plus years, I've never heard her utter a negative word about another human being. It is a possibility. I have not achieved that goal. But see, my skill is I'll talk about you to your face. But it is. It's just the legacy. It's the division. It's the strife and contention to pull down the quality and the caliber and the excellence that's been done.
Well,
This is terrible.
I was going to segue into something else, but being that you said that, I was in the barbershop last week, and they were talking about the guy had a party, and he was saying that no one supported him, so they got on the issue on support and why we should support each other and why we don't support each other. So they were going back and forth. They made some good points. And I researched it, and it was just like even history books can confirm how long black people have been in competition with one another. Divided by skin complexion as house and field Negroes, we were forced to create segregation within our own race. Trickling down from generation to generation, black people seem to still embody this desire to compete and tear one another down. Could this be why black people don't support each other? It says the Mexican and Chinese cultures will come over to the United States and perfect their crafts just to return back to their homes and give back. They continuously support their people in any endeavor they attempt to pursue. Unlike other races where they are prideful of their people, no matter the socioeconomic status or difference in skin complexion, black people rather separate the haves and have-nots within their race. Do you find, we've had a discussion where I felt like I could have been supported more by people who I was in group with or in socialization with, and other people that made the competition. I mean, the word that it was competition. They were afraid of competition. They were afraid of helping you because you may do better than them. So, do you think that's one reason why? Number one, do you think we don't support one another?
I do think that. I don't think it's a matter of not supporting one another. I think it's a matter of sabotaging one another. Because I read a lot, and I think some people think there's a shortage of success. It's almost like if you're going out for the basketball team and there's only 5 positions, they think it's only 5 slots here, and one of us are going to get it. So I can't befriend you because I got to get that spot. But like as far as supporting black-owned businesses, I look at it as just supporting businesses in general that are quality. Yeah. Because I know what happens, man, with that is people say, well, they can have trashy burgers, they can have bad service, but just because it's a black owner, I'm supposed to go spend my money there.
Yeah, we had to talk about that.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. I was like, no,
like that. Exactly, right.
Like,
you either give me a good product, right.
I mean, that's true. We were talking about. I'll just stay with the restaurant now. There's some soul food restaurants that open, and when they open, it's like with a bang, gusto. The food is amazing. It's spilling over. You know, the the quantity is just amazing. The food is great. But as the months progress, the food gets, I don't know why they always do that. The food gets less. You get less food. The quality is not as good. The food is not that great.
It's not consistent.
It's no consistency. And that's why the restaurants don't stay in business that long. Like I've been going to, my friend introduced me to this restaurant called, was it Amazing?
Amazing.
Amazing,
I've been
right.
there.
So, great restaurant. The food is amazing.
Great.
The food is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just hoping that, I mean, the lady that owns it has an amazing story. I heard some of her background. She has an amazing story, a success story. But the thing of it is that what bothered me about this particular restaurant is that they don't open on Mondays because they're slammed on Sundays. Slammed on Sundays. So I understand that you don't open on Mondays, but on Tuesdays you open up at noon. But the thing of it is that I got there at noon. You didn't open the doors until like 12:15, and then the food is not ready. You understand what I'm saying? So you're calling to try to get the orders in, to place an order so I can pick it up at noon because you open at noon, but there's nobody there to answer the phone. So are you saying that even though your doors don't open at noon, you don't have any staff in there either? You understand what I'm saying? A smart business owner would say, no, I don't open till noon, but you can go ahead and place your order so when my doors open, you can come get your food. So now in my mind, I'm thinking, so are you giving me leftover food from Sunday because there's nobody in there that's cooking? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the food tastes like that.
So and they expect you to support them just because.
Yes.
Okay.
But the food is good from
food is
Wednesday
good. You
on.
get
But
a
I'm just nervous about the food on Tuesdays.
Right.
She like you.
Yeah.
She is cracking up.
I think I think that we as African Americans we struggle sometimes with operating in excellence, and there's nothing wrong with getting a mentor or looking at corporate business. One thing about my company is that we help people. We help people promote with excellence, and so we don't just take your order and let you represent your business, looking half tail, for lack of a better word. We like to help businesses increase brand visibility and promote with excellence. And so I'm saying that to say that sometimes you need a hand holder. You need somebody to walk you through. You need somebody that maybe has worked at a mainstream restaurant to say,
exactly.
Your staff needs to be in place an hour before you open to prepare food so that when you open at noon, you all you're decked, your food is prepared, it's fresh, it's clean, your staff is pleasant, they have smiles, they're ready, and they're attentive to be able to secure that business on Tuesday as fresh as it will be on Wednesday.
Exactly.
On Wednesday, okay. Exactly. But I think that we just lack, it's just the customer service. I am big on customer service. And I think that before you open the business, like she said, you need to have a mentor come in to talk about customer service, to talk about the importance, because it's the business that's coming in, but it's that repeat business that's going to keep you going, and that word of mouth. And that is key, because I did a education for some wait staff at a restaurant, because they really don't understand the importance of customer service. Just going to somebody, checking on the table, see how they're doing, watching, because you need to sit back, you need to watch your table to see if they need anything, all of that stuff. I mean, just a large component of it. But we lack customer service because, you'd be like, I'm tired, I've been on my feet all day, they need to hurry
Don't
up.
say we.
Okay, I'm not going to say we. Okay,
I don't like when you generalize.
Okay, I didn't mean to generalize.
Some of us,
Some of us. So, and Will knows how I am when I go to restaurants.
Anal. Very.
Very, very anal.
You are?
Yes. You're what? Anal.
My whole life is anal. I think you shouldn't do anything on the planet if you don't do it with a spirit of excellence.
Absolutely.
I complain all the time. No shortcuts, no making do, no limitations. We get a mindset that surpasses our authenticity that we want to. My husband in ministry, who is African American, said, "Ghetto, we need to come out of it because we think we're getting over." And it's a mindset of it's not where you live, it's not where you've grown up, it's about your personal choice. And I think we have the opportunity to look within and make a decision for ourselves. I cringe that you only want to support each other because we have allies. We have people that we wouldn't be where we are in any authenticity had we not had somebody else that was an ally. And anybody that's had a struggle should understand that. Be it LGBT, be it African American, be it Asian, be anything. Everybody's had a struggle. We're human. And I don't want to support somebody because they've got a specific spot. I want to be able to support them because they have a spirit of excellence and they're willing to go the extra mile. As Paula says, yeah, customer service, big time.
You know what? So,
Thanks, Ivory.
my biggest supporters, and I hate to say it, no, I hate to say it, my biggest supporters have always been non-black. And I used to get ridiculed early in my business because they said that I catered or I was a sellout. But I mean, it was my natural inclination, of course, to go to my people. But my biggest support, especially paying support, has always come from people who were non-black.
I can attest to that as well.
Yeah.
We serve nonprofit organizations, businesses, small businesses and corporate, and entrepreneurs. But I can say the majority of our business has been through government contracts, and it's been nationwide business. The majority of our business doesn't come from, you know, the local entrepreneur or Hampton Roads. So, you know, right now in particular. And that client base that will pay, you know, happy with the service, you know, they not trying to get a deal, not trying to sift you,
Do you think they come asking for a discount because of the tonality and they look at you and they go,
yeah, they don't mind telling you that.
Oh, yeah, no.
Help a brother out.
Help Can I get a break? Can I get a discount? Yeah. But the thing of it is that I think when you're starting off, you know what I mean, you're going to give those breaks because you're hoping that they will talk about your business word of mouth.
Absolutely.
But I think that we put ourselves in a box because we're just looking to, you know, that black group of people to support us. Instead of thinking that instead of having our mind think we're worldwide. Like when people start businesses, they're worldwide. They're not like, oh, I'm just going to go to all the white people and they're going to support me. No, I want all the dollars because that money has no color.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I want all the dollars. And I think that when we start off, that's our problem. That's why like some of the boutiques don't make like those small businesses, you know what I mean? Because you're just in that area and that's what your target base. You're not thinking, I need all the money, you know, like that money that Target's getting. I want those dollars,
right?
You know, so when you limit yourself, you're only going to get limited dollars. So, and that's one thing that I have learned about making your business diverse, so you can get all the dollars. But when we start off, we're gonna, you know, our people.
Well, I don't even think the conversations go in the direction. I think it's just who chooses to support you.
But what I'm saying, is I'm going to support you. Like, I'm going to come to your shop and I'm going to support you. You see what I'm saying? But the thing of it is that even though I'm supporting you and you have a lot of support from me, but don't you think that you need to branch out to make it more diverse? Or are you just going to look for the support from the African American community? I'm just asking.
Just in the salon, you don't have to do everything to succeed. There are people who just do weaves and they have a full living on it.
Yeah. Right.
You don't have to do everything.
Right.
I mean, doctors even specialize.
You can target a market.
Yeah, you do target. You specialize in a certain area. You don't have to do everything to succeed.
But when you talk,
it's true.
When you talk about your people, what about us that belong to more than one category?
Yeah.
What's our people? Because for me, there's nobody necessarily my people. If I'm going just by you know, bloodline, skin tone, and the dynamics of that. what are we looking for in business? What are we wanting
What's
out
the
of
bottom
business?
line? Yeah.
What do we want to spend our money for? I want to invest anything I spend feeling I got a good deal for my dollar. Where I'm always, I mean, sales are one thing and discounts are another, but when you go and you lay out $100 for a meal or you go buy that dress for $1,000, it's not what you're looking for because of the skin persons that sold it to you or the color of the owner of the shop. You're looking to walk away feeling it was well invested. And some of the things...
And appreciate it.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, some of the shops that people want to shop at are not minority owned. The Versace and, you know, some of these Dior's and the dresses and the image. And as a culture, don't you think it's about the brand name? Look at the tennis shoe phrase.
Yeah.
That was a big outcry and stuff. So it's also the symbol of prestige that comes with it for willing to spend it.
Do you think poverty has something to do with it?
Absolutely.
'Cause not all black people aren't poor, but it's a large percentage of African American people that are in poverty or near poverty. And if you are stressing out about paying the bills or this and that, because I talked to my uncle about this, he was talking about residual income. He was like, when you have wealth that comes every month and you don't have to stress about money, you are investing with another mindset. You're not like, okay, got to pay the water, I got to pay my rent, I got to pay my car note, and you said your CDs was how much, son?
Right.
And
yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus you like,
that's a good point.
The rent's paid, or the mortgage paid, car paid, I got a yacht. $10? Go get the bag of money I got over there. Boom, here you go. You know what I mean? They're gonna support you a little bit more. They're not gonna ask for no type of discounts a lot of times when you.
But wealthy people hold on to their money too, and they think about investing it. They spend less overall because they're looking for quality. We read the books like Think and Grow Rich and How to, but how you a man thinketh, so is he. So if we think poverty, we bring and draw poverty because of our mindset. Everything we become a product of by how we think. And if we can break the mindset of how we think about money, then that in itself can bring a change. And as a culture, there's also been that mindset to make people think they were broke. The value of what we really have, the love, the family, the unity, the relationships, the creativity, the uniqueness, as a superior race. Because when you look at books like America's Gift to, Africa's Gift to America, and some of the literature and some of the real dynamic people that have been hidden in history that were African American, that's been hidden, and those traits and all that's been covered up to keep people ignorant to their own heritage. It's not taught, it's not shared, and it's been a form of brainwashing because it was beat, murdered, and killed out of a group of people.
Right.
Awesome.
Well, ladies, once again, thank you. Thank you for participating in our chat. We appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I'm on the warpath about this madness. I am so over it. I grew up with racism. They did short of everything but burn a cross in our front yard. I was 3 years old when my mother, being Caucasian, married my stepdad, who was African American. College education, his family was well-to-do. They had streets. She did not marry him for anything but love. And short of the Klan burning crosses in our front yard, and they may have, I just didn't know about it. So I grew up with this. The first name we ever got called was half-breed. So my thought, and that was my stepdad. That was Daddy. I didn't care what color he was. He was a good man, and he raised me. And I've reached the point of, when's it going to end? I really thought I would see it in my lifetime.
I did too.
And now it's worse than ever.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We'll continue this on next week. We'll continue this on next week.
Put it in the closet like it was the Christmas ornaments. So we're going to leave this in here for one day.
Michael, do you have anything coming up that you want to share with people?
Yes, I do. I have an event coming up on May the 8th at 7:30. It's I'm auditioning for the Shag Fest.
Oh, really?
The winner performs for Pharrell, opens up for Pharrell.
Okay.
So I've been selling tickets. It's $10 tickets. I do have an Eventbrite as well, so people can find it on there. But it's gonna be crazy, man. It's a Virginians for Lovers theme.
Okay.
I got deals for y'all here though, obviously. But I'm having a live band.
Okay.
I'm having dancers, a DJ, So we're doing it big.
That's
It's going to be
good.
really nice. It's the Haygood Skating Center
Okay.
in Virginia.
All right. Oh, I went skating there a couple of weeks.
Yes,
What do you have coming up? I know you're hosting an event in May.
I'm hosting an event in May, on May 20th, the Power Brunch. I'm really looking forward to emceeing that event. Definitely looking forward to May 19th, the Kidney Walk. I'm going to be supporting you there, so I'm really super excited. Got some things coming up in June. Just looking forward to doing my thing, so I'm really excited.
Awesome. So make sure you tune in next week, the 25th, which is our last show for the season, and our last show for a while. I'm taking a break.
So we're going to have to party it up.
We're going to party. Yeah, we're
And
going
bring
to
some
party.
cupcakes.
Yeah, so make sure you tune in.
Champagne.
Until then, everybody, make sure that you be blessed.
Thank you for listening to Let's Face It with Will Strayhorn and Friends. Please be sure to visit us on the web at letsfaceitradio.com and at Let's Face It Radio on Facebook for the latest in show information and exciting, innovating ways that you can be a part of the show. So tune in next week, same place, same time, for real people, real topics, real talk. Let's face it.